I have, since all this stuff started, I have been pretty vocal that I'm against the stimulus and all that. I'm against it 100%, but I'm also against the lockdown. So they shouldn't lock shit down. There shouldn't be a stimulus. The government shouldn't be involved in my and your daily lives. I'll tell you what I'm against even fucking more than that, though, is when this time, this just goes to prove it's all a game, man. Like the political atmosphere is just a game. They're all on the same team. And they might not be directly on the same team, but they're definitely not on your fucking team. If you don't believe so, the Democrats wanted to give at least $1,200 in stimulus money to each person, which it's not even money, it's currency. It's just, you might as well just write an IOU. The Republicans said, no. $600 is all we can do. Now, this bill was 5,500 pages long. They got it at 2 p.m. yesterday. 5,500 pages. Do you think they read that bill? No. And it wasn't even a bill. It was an omnibus bill, so it was attached to the government funding bill. So in order to keep the government going, for them to get their paychecks, they had to sign it. They had to vote on it yesterday. AOC of all people said this isn't a bill, or this isn't a vote. It's hostage taking or some shit. Now, you're going to be happy to know, though, Pakistan got $500 million in that bill for gender programs. Yeah, gender programs. Pakistan, $500 million. If you're still in the paradigm where you think the Republicans are better than the left or the left's better than the right, you need to get away from that shit. You need to wake the hell up and realize they are not on your team. It's not about you. It's about them. And it's about their money. There's a reason why congressmen and women go into Congress being broke or being, middle class, whatever it is, even if they're millionaires. And within years after that, they are multi-millionaires. They spend their time insider trading, shuffling money from one bank to the next in order to make money. See, your money, when you put your money in the bank and they give you your little 1%, whatever it is. So you give the bank $100 right now. So it's, noonish or something, probably not even noon. By tomorrow, that money has went all the way around the world at least one time, if not more. And if you go draw your dollar back out tomorrow, they've already made $1 or $2 or $3 or $5 more from your $1 by bouncing around across the world. That's how the money system works. The financial system never shuts down. It goes with the time zones. In Japan, it's dark right now, and they had their stock market open this morning. Or last night, what would have been our last night is their morning or their day. And then, you understand what I'm saying. So that follows the sun, the market does. And the money follows it also. In a time like this, when we're already $30 trillion in debt and counting, $130 trillion in debt with unfunded liabilities. Yeah, that 30 trillion is just the number they tell you. There's still 130 trillion with the T on top of that for unfunded liabilities. Not to even mention the rest of the bullshit. So we're at least 160 trillion in debt and unfunded liabilities. At least. Pakistan needs $5 million or $50 million, I'm sorry, for some gender studies. Get the fuck out of here for some gender programs. Like, it's time. If there's ever been a fucking time, it is now. I'm sick of sitting around. I'm sick of making videos. I said it last night. I'm sick of making videos. I'm sick of talking about it. Like, when are we going to do something for real? Not when are we going to, psst, hey, I want to rob a bank. Be there and get me. Make sure you bring the SWAT team. Not that bullshit like they're trying to pull in January. Like, for real, when are we going to take a hard stand and say, we are fucking done? We're done. We're done with your bullshit. We're not going to take the budgets that are not balanced, that are trillions of dollars or billions of dollars out of being balanced. That was never the way this country was supposed to be. Are government officials cutting their own paychecks? I mean, what the fuck are you going to do if you vote on your own paycheck? You want to I'm gonna take 40,000 away from me this year. I don't think I did a good enough job, or my performance last year wasn't that great. So, you know what? I need a 10% cut this year because my performance sucked last year. Fuck no, you're not going to. You're gonna give yourself a raise anytime you get a damn chance. And they make it look good does it look good that they make $174,000 a year as a freshman congressman? No, it doesn't. Not at all. It looks like shit. They shouldn't make that. They shouldn't make $1. It's a voluntary position. You see, when positions were voluntary, like Congress, for example, there wasn't really a benefit to being there all the time. See, but now they can go there, they can do a little insider trading. After they leave their condo in the morning that you paid for in D.C. You see, here's the way it's supposed to be. So I live outside of Cincinnati, Ohio. So my representative in Congress, which really has no say in what happens in Ohio, although they believe they do now, and the federal government believes they do, and Mike DeWine believes they do, and even probably the local police believe they do. But they really don't. They're not supposed to have anyway, because we're supposed to be free. We're supposed to be a free state. Oh, fuck, I'm so bad. I'm pissed about this. Congress, but my representative that goes to Congress from the state, so there's two of them, right? When they go to the Senate, I think the Senate's got two, but anyway, it doesn't matter. When the representative from Ohio goes into Congress, and they go up there, they're supposed to have to come back. The reason for that is because if they do some stupid shit while they're there, they're supposed to face repercussions for their actions from the people. But see, they've created this police force that guards them now. And they created laws making it illegal for you to introduce them to the repercussions. So what do? They did what I just said. They made it illegal for you to enforce the Constitution. At that point, it was free game. It was game on for them to do whatever they wanted to do. They started out by giving themselves salaries. So instead of Congress, if you read the Constitution, it's pretty clear. It's mandatory. They constitutionally have to meet one day a year. One day. Not 1 week, not 1 month, not 3 months, not 6 months, not 10 months out of the fucking year are they supposed to be in session. I'm sorry to cuss, I'm aggravated, I'm pissed, and I know it's not an excuse, it is what it is. One day, though. Do you know why? Because there was not supposed to be a benefit. Serving the people was supposed to be, I can't think, I'm so mad, I'm sorry, guys. It was supposed to be a burden to serve the people. They no longer serve the people. They spend their time oppressing you, making billions of dollars between them themselves. I mean, between the 526 or 46, whatever the number is now, between the Congress and the House, and they're all multi-millionaires. It's time we do away with that shit. Fucking do away with it. We need to pick our own representatives from the state for ourselves, which really the legislatures are supposed to do that. We're not supposed to vote for who goes to Congress. That's some unconstitutional bullshit. The legislatures are supposed to pick the representatives to go to D.C. We need to fix all this shit. And the only way to do it, the only thing the government understands, unfortunately, is force. How much force we have to enact is up to them. I mean, a conversation is a form of force. Of course, some other things are a form of force too. But one thing about force is it takes an equal amount of force to stop something. If a car is rolling at you and you have to stop it physically, you have to apply an equal amount of force to the car than the car is pushing on you just to stop it. You have to apply more force in order to push it backwards. There's 330 million people in this country. That's not even counting all the illegals. That's a whole nother video in itself. I'll get to that. I might get to that in a minute. There is no reason why we should be being ruled right now other than ignorance. People are totally ignorant to how our government is supposed to operate. 100% ignorant to the facts. You ever hear people say, well, federal law trumps state law. No, it doesn't. Not in the states, it don't. Now, they treat it like it does. And they will prosecute you like it does. But that's because we allow it to happen, just like we're allowing this shit to happen. There's no fucking reason why Pakistan got money. We are broke. This country is broke. They're giving our money away to Do you remember when Pakistan wouldn't let us in there? Wouldn't let us in there during the our 2 decade war, and we had to sneak in like ninjas and shit and go in and kill Osama bin Laden because they were hiding his ass. And don't say that wasn't because they knew his ass was there. Ninjas in the night. They didn't call Pakistan and tell them that they were going in. No, they went in because Pakistan wouldn't let the United States into their borders, but we're giving them fucking aid. Get the hell out of here, man. Like, I'm fed up. I'm fed up with every bit of it. I'm fed up with. I mean, it's time we do something. It is long past time we do something. So what the fuck are we going to do? Like, if anybody out there wants to say, hey, you know what? Come to my house. We'll have a picnic and we'll talk about it. Like, I'm all for it. I don't have enough room at my house to invite 1,000 people here, or I'd be the one doing it. If I was one of these large ass YouTube channels, I'd already done it, but they're too worried about their money. It's about the money. It's not about the right to keep and bear arms or the Second Amendment that restricts government. It's about the money. It's about Leviathan. If just the dudes that want the Leviathan group all posted videos at the same time saying, "Hey, we're gonna throw a YouTube Fan Appreciation Day at this place at this time that's legal for you to have all your gear. Bring your gear, bring some drinks. We're gonna have a picnic." We could change the country today, but they won't do it. And don't say that, well, they might not have thought about it. Yeah, they have. You know how I know they've thought about it? Because I've emailed them all about it. I've mentioned it in conversations with a couple of them. And then when you mention that, they immediately stop talking to you because they think you're a Fed or some shit, which there's nothing illegal about having a Fan Appreciation Day. There's nothing illegal about telling people to bring their gear. I'm just fed up, people. And it's not going to get better, and that's what just kills me. We're just watching it get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. I mean, what are you going to be ready? When you're starving, you have no energy, you've done sold all your firearms because you need to feed your family, pay your house payment? But Pakistan's getting money. I mean, how do you vote on a 5,000 page bill? Like, I'm not totally retarded. I can read, believe it or not. A 5,000 page bill, reading constantly, 8 hours a day, would take me weeks to get through, probably. How do they read a 5,000 page bill in less than a day and vote on it 3 or 4 hours later? They just vote. Because it's not about you. It's not about this country. It's not even about the economy. It's about pacifying you. That's all it's about. It's a pacifier. They didn't care what was in the bill. They were going to pass the bill. As long as they could agree on how much money you got, it was getting passed. And they finally agreed on it, and they passed it. $500 million of your great-grandkids' money is in Pakistan as we speak. As soon as Trump signs it, they're going to hit the button. Pakistan will get their money before you'll get yours. That's bullshit.